New era, season 26. We back in the building, coast to coast. What it do? Let me introduce the all three of my co-hosts. Vern, say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? Good to see y'all. Glad to be back on camera. Talk about some keepers. Maybe a little bit about some trades and other other moves within the league. Good to see you, AC,
Good to see
Marv,
you, brother.
Capo,
Yeah, no doubt,
Raph.
brother. No doubt.
No doubt.
Raph. But wait, before I introduce
Been a
Raph,
long time coming.
hold on, Marv. Vern, you growing the beard out, bro. You working on some?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Not Abraham Lincoln yet, but yeah.
You might want to come up to Philly then, bro. Come on up here. They got
Freeway.
room for you.
Freeway.
Freeway. It's a freeway.
Word. Raph, introduce
Looking like
yourself to the people,
LeBron.
bro.
What's up, fellas, man? It's August 27th, 2026 in year 26. So what's up? Happy to be back. Happy with my brothers. And yeah, let's get it.
No doubt.
Last but not least, Marv, say something to the people, my brother.
Yeah, man. It's good to be back. Looking forward to another good season, man. And got some revenge matches in the crossfires. So I'm looking forward to the season, man.
No
And
doubt,
hopefully I win a chip.
no doubt. Speaking of chips, let's wrap up last season, man. Other Aaron isn't
Do you
here.
want to do that? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Gotta do it. Gotta be
Yeah,
nice to people,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. That was a tough one.
That was a tough one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was feeling pretty good going into that game, but all I can say,
Bijan.
Bijan, yep,
Yeah,
what he did
Bijan.
that night, man, like Thanos said, he enjoyed very much.
Bijan. Bijan.
Yeah. So I took the L. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It kind of like it felt like he snatched my soul a little bit. So I think this season,
No, I remember you were talking that shit real live.
yeah, I mean, not full on like owners of the past where they're like, yo, this was mine and nothing like that. But I do feel
Yeah.
like my soul got snatched. So this season I'm just walking with the hoodie on, man, trying to find
Hmm.
myself again. So there you go.
Right.
There you go.
Now,
Um,
congratulations to Aaron, though, man. That was a very good season from beginning to end.
Yeah.
He hung in
Welcome,
there.
welcome to the league. Real
Yeah,
talk. Like,
listen,
welcome
I
to the
was telling
league, man.
AC, man, that this thing with the newcomers winning chips in their first, second year is a thing. It was a sight to behold because, like I said, there was a point of the season he looked like he was out, and he stuck with it and won it. So, congrats again.
I gotta give him full on props. I mean, he did his thing first year. I think he solidified himself, obviously, with the chip, but just being a competent, good owner that hung in there, knows what he's doing. So definitely was glad to have him join the league. Definitely glad to have him be a part of this going forward, make some history for himself. So congrats to Aaron, other Aaron. I figure we can break this show into segments. So at first, let's talk about the draft a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, not the draft. Let's talk about keepers. Then, let's talk about drafts and then anything else anybody wants to talk about, and then we'll get on up out of here. So let's start off with the keepers, man. I would like to know from all three of you, what team or what owner kept keepers that stand out to you, or in any way, good, bad, in between, whatever. So I'll start with Marvin. What keeper stood out to you?
That's a good question. I would say, hmm, I gotta not confuse the leagues. I would say yours actually. I think you are number one in the keepers this year. I think past years I would say Vern, but I think the two receivers and Jameer Gibbs, who I think will have I can't even say breakout anymore. He's had that. I think he's just gonna have higher ceilings. He's gonna reach with no David Montgomery there. I gotta say you got the best keepers, man.
I think I appreciate that.
JSN also has had a career year already in what year three, two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So JSN broke out completely last year. He's top five, top three, however you want to look at it. So yeah, I would say you, bro.
I would say I appreciate that, but that's also like the Madden cover kiss of death. Like I don't know if the person who's had the top keepers has ever come out on the other side with anything to
Mm.
show for it. But I appreciate that.
I need to see the data, man. I don't know. I need receipts. I don't know about all that.
The Madden kiss of death, man. Rap, who you got?
So I'm kind of torn between two specific keepers. One is my boy Vern, man. So Bucky Irvin, because I know, his efficiency wasn't probably where, we would have thought he was coming into the season because he was that dude. But I understand. Listen, running backs are scarce. But I don't know how Bucky Irvin is going to look in Tampa, moving forward. But
Wait, timeout,
uh,
right? 20-second timeout. Did you say Vern and then you talk about Bucky or
Right, right. That's right.
no, my bad, Marvin,
okay.
Marv.
Oh,
All right.
okay,
All right.
No, my bad, my
okay.
bad.
But I thought the question was who had the best keepers.
No,
No?
I
Keepers
interpreted.
that
No,
stood
I
out to
interpreted it
you.
as like just
Oh,
something
just
that
a
stood,
general comment about
just
keepers.
something
I
that,
got you.
just something
Yeah.
that stood out. Right? 'Cause,
Oh, I
I mean,
got you.
we can
Okay.
go chalk. We can go chalk and be like, these are the best keepers. But I'm just trying to bring out
I got you.
outliers that are
I
just.
got you. No, I got your point. Okay.
And that was
Okay.
and but I think, strategically, I think, between the running back scarcity and he can have a bounce back year because you know what he's capable of doing. So
Yeah, I've had this conversation with AC. Listen. There's question marks this year, right? The first his rookie year was standout. He was pretty much what top 20 pick in redrafts last year. Keeper probably most leagues if you're in the keeper league. He had the worst year last year you can imagine, right? He started off great though. First
right,
5 games were amazing. O-line broke down. Baker had an off year. Your boy Amika,
Abuka,
Abuka, right?
You call
Abuka.
that man a
Started out
Mika.
great. Basically didn't
That,
do anything the rest of the way. So
yeah, that whole
I
team
mean,
kind
I
of
think
floundered.
Tampa just fell apart,
The
man.
whole
And then he
team
had
fell apart.
injuries.
Yeah.
So listen, is it gonna happen? I don't know, but I feel good about it. I'm gonna say that based on training camp, preseason, and what I'm hearing, he's healthy. I feel good about him.
Yeah. And the only other question now was the whole Josh Jacobs, conundrum because of the charges and whatever they're gonna be doing with that.
That's
I
a
don't
big thing
suspect,
today. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think nothing's gonna happen. It's just my opinion based off of just historical how the league treats it, because these investigations take a year before you hear anything coming down from it. But
Right.
is it gonna be a distraction? How's that gonna look? Like, Green
Right.
Bay's on the come up, so they don't need distractions, but you never know. So
Right.
Vern.
I'm gonna go in a different direction. Actually, the keepers that stood out to me was Ricky. Normally years in the past there would kind of be some kind of like cause for pause when it comes to Ricky and his keepers. Like, I don't know how's he going to approach the draft. He's kind of hamstrung when it comes to running backs. But this year, he's pretty solid. I think he has a nice little distribution. I think that James Cook trade really
Oh
kind
yeah.
of
Yeah.
helps him to kind of steer the ship to where now he can kind of come in the draft and just based off of, just make the best value, pick. So I'm glad to see that. Other than that, yeah, I was going to comment on Plunk's keepers as well with the Josh Jacobs. Yeah, probably nothing comes out of it this year. But he got some question marks there. We don't know what Malik Neighbors is going to look out. I think he bounces back. But you also got Drake London. That's a bit of a question mark considering Atlanta and the QB situation there. So this is going to be an interesting season for Plunk. But those were the two teams that stood out to me.
All right. I would say it's hard to point out a team, but it is a question that I asked. I agree with you, Vern. I think Plunkett has more question marks than answers. I think that, you got to develop a situation with Jacobs, which ultimately I think he'll be all right. And then you got the neighbor's injury status. But then what about Drake London? And again, I don't want to be repetitive over you, Vern. I just think I agree with you. I mean, who's throwing him the ball? What's that
Tua,
going to look like? Like I don't know. So if I'm Plunkett, I'm thinking, okay, well, I have three guys that are considered keepers and no dispute right there. But at the same time, I think each one comes with a specific sort of question.
Let
Hey,
me ask you something though, because I'm watching consensus rankings. He hasn't dropped much. So is he being used like or viewed, I should say rather, like Justin Jefferson, like the QB doesn't matter?
Drake London, we're talking.
Yeah.
Um,
Because his rankings hasn't been affected by that much
bro,
by, and I agree with you guys. I've been wondering the same thing, especially with Tua, who looks like trash. I'm hearing, but um,
well, let
just
me ask you
wondering.
a few questions. Let me ask you. They got a new OC, didn't they? Because the old
Yeah,
one left, right?
yeah.
So I think that that's going to weigh heavy. Like, what does that look like now?
But
Tua
Kevin
looks.
Stefanski's an offensive guy too, so I don't know how
Oh, that's
much.
right. That's right.
Right, he might be
yeah,
doing most of it himself. Who knows?
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Like
at the
play
same
calling and
time,
all that. Yeah,
Marv, Tua, I heard looks terrible. So really, it's coming down to Penix. Like, is he
Yeah.
ready
right,
to
right.
continue his progression or not. I mean, it's still a question that I would have if I'm Plunk.
Yeah.
I think Drake London in talent is going to be just fine. It's just what does that look like, and are you feeling great about it before it plays out in real time, I guess.
I mean, but let's be honest for a second though, because I mean, Drake London, like he's never had a competent offensive system since he came into the league,
I
and
would
he's
say
put up.
last year, Raph, not to cut you off. I think last year was about premium.
Sure, right, but now we got the question mark. But just go to my point. I think his talent is gonna, I think, shine through because it has already, right? With whatever incompetent offensive, Atlanta looked like. Like yes, like last year was his. I'm gonna call it his breakout year because I think the talent's been there, but it's his statistically who was his best year. I think that's just gonna be what propels it, which is why you don't see the dip in the consensus. And
Raph, I can't agree with you, man. I'm not trying to pick a fight here, but when it wasn't sort of kicking, we saw what that looked like for him. Like his numbers suffered, not the talent. He suffered.
Mhm.
I don't know what that's going to look like. I think, like Marv made a great point. Stefanski is in the building now. Stefanski is definitely a bona fide OC. I'm just for the spirit of what it is. I agree with Vern because I would have a question like, let's see it play out. It could go great, but let's see it play out. I don't know.
Remind me, guys, who was the QB there last year?
Cousins
It's at
slash
their Cousins, right?
yeah, Cousins slash Penny. And you know Kirk Cousins, he gonna lock on to a guy.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins was so bad last year, wasn't he?
He was, but again, like just like Jefferson in Minnesota, like once he has eyes for somebody, I mean, he gonna throw
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he locks in. Yeah, yeah.
The second part of this is not really a team, but here's looking at you, Vern, and Christian McCaffrey. I'm wondering when you decide to exit left or keep going down the highway with McCaffrey. Like, is this the season, or does he have a few more left in him? And then what do you do in preparation for that? So those are my two questions, or for Plunk and then one for you.
Okay.
Feel free to answer, Vern. You can answer.
He's
I
like, I
plead
don't know.
the
I don't know.
fifth. There's so many amendments in the Constitution.
Professor, I ain't touching that one, brother.
No,
Not
no, no.
yet.
He locked it
No,
up and said,
no. If I'm being completely honest, I think coming into last season, I kind of looked at that as a transition year. So, like, hey, look, the previous year he was hurt, he's banged up, didn't, probably played maybe 5 or 6 games. So there's no way I was expecting for him to perform the way that he did last year. And so I kind of, drafted some guys with the idea that, hey, if I need to replace them, there will be guys that's there, right? So had he not played as well this year, then I think I had, at least two options, as far as who I could keep going into this season. But as it turned out, he had a monster year. So it's kind of like, hey, look, take it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Take it and let's just see how far it goes and be ready for a transition when that day comes.
Okay, that's fair enough. Meaning you don't have a plan. So,
That part.
No, no, I had a plan, and then he outperformed the plan, and then we'll just reiterate the plan for this season. That's what it is.
Vern, it's like
it's
that
a
pair of
it's a
phone pods.
proclamation of the situation.
Vern, it's like that pair of phone pods that you just can't let go. You just keep wearing them, bro. At some point, bro. All right, at some point they're gonna have to become either shoes for like around the house washing the car, or you just toss them, man. Like figure it out. So here's what I want to toss back to you guys. Just one player. We don't gotta spend long on this. One player that was kept that raises an eyebrow, or you felt like, man, the circumstances changed dramatically for this guy, and this was like a windfall. I'll go first. Kenneth Walker with Sean. I think that to have a guy with Kenneth Walker's pedigree, but sort of the background where it's like, he's on the fringes, keeper, not keeper, whatever. Him going to KC did Sean a world of wonder. So that's my pick, Kenneth Walker.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Anybody, just jump on
I'd
in.
say AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown. He went from I don't know what this is looking like a train wreck, probably to the best situation that he could have found himself as a veteran, legit number one option with Drake May, the Patriots culture, like he's still in his prime, like all that. So
Rejuvenated. Yeah, that's a good one. I would say Trey McBride, Raf. A guy who wasn't kept, hasn't been kept, and you had Bowers, and somehow switcheroo, you got Trey and he's kept. So I find that interesting to say the least.
Trey McBride was not on my bingo card for the night, but
Raf had the doodoo look on. Yeah, yeah. I thought that was an interesting keep. No, Raf, discuss.
I mean, so listen.
It doesn't appear you were trying to keep Trey McBride initially, right? Am I reading that
no,
correctly?
so no, and I'll keep it 100. So I was planning on keeping ideally Emeka Buka, my other wide receiver, but just kind of the way things like the way he ended the last season and just kind of with the whole Tampa Bay thing, I was just kind of just like, what do I do with these assets? What does this look like? So then it was just, I could just cross tight end off the board and then just keep moving.
But you had Bowers. What made you decide? All right, I'm giving up Bowers and keeping Trey. You did have Bowers initially, right?
Yeah, I have both Bowers and Trey.
And you've kept Bowers before. So how did that play out? The thinking between the two.
So, if one can be moved, the league rules restrict the movement of the other. So that did kind of force the hand a little bit.
Wait, league rules restrict. Wait. What do you mean by that?
Because you can't trade back a player who you acquired the previous season directly.
I forgot. I even forgot about that rule. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, even if I wanted to keep Bowers,
not even the previous season, the same season, you acquired him this year.
Well,
in season.
I acquired him during the middle of last season.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. So, yeah, okay.
I
forgot about that.
Return on investment, Marv. But we'll talk about that down the line. We'll talk about that.
ROI?
Yeah. Because I know who did you know what when you know who.
No, I just thought that was interesting. I got you. All right.
Yeah. Vern, who you got? Who's your pick? Who you got? Who changed fortunes for someone that was previously unknown?
Fortunes. That's a really good question. Well, I mean, I would have to say the other side of the equation, Brock Bowers, making its way over to Germ. I mean, considering what Germ had as a choice for a third keeper, hey, does the math? No, not really in the grand scheme of things, but that could be talked about at a later date. But for what it is on his face, he needed a third keeper. He got Bowers. I think it's a solid guy, and I think it helps to balance out his team.
I think that there's always something to be said for if you're a fan of said team, you get a player from that team. It's a good feeling. So and that sort of prism, looking at it like that, I think Germ did well to get Bowers. That's his guy. So
that's his guy, yeah. That's how I looked at it. He's a Raiders fan, so
yeah.
And I think Bowers has a bounce back, no question.
Oh yeah.
It can only go up from here.
Oh man, that's a fair point too. Last year was bad year for the Raiders. Yeah,
100%. So I guess with that being said, if anybody else has any final comments on the keepers, I don't know. Do we want to rank them at all, or do we care to do that right now? How are you guys feeling about that? Because I know I'm looking at the time, and y'all might not want to go through all 10.
Well, we can do that. I think quickly.
Okay.
I think you're one, in my opinion.
I think Vern is 2.
I think Vern is 2. Yeah, I buy that. I think Sean's got an interesting group of keepers, man. I'm high on Walker. I'm high on Nacua, of course, and I like Nico. I think Nico's underrated this year. I'm not saying he's 3, but I think he's in the conversation.
I like Aaron's keepers just on the strength that I think CD, what he's capable of, and I think that offense is going to be putting up a lot of points this year.
Yeah.
Bijan is going to do his thing, and I think Lamar Jackson kind of goes back to using his legs more, and I think that's
that's the funny thing you speak of, man. Every time I've drafted Lamar, and I had him last year, I had to end up dropping him. That's how Aaron ended up picking him up. I drafted him, had to drop him. He was injured. Mm-hmm. Now, those are fluky stuff, and you can't say he's going to get injured this year. But yeah, if he's healthy, I agree with you 100%. Man, I just can't count on his health, though. I'm going to be honest with you, man. But yes, I think talent-wise, I think Aaron's in the running for 3. Him and Sean, I would put there
Yeah.
together.
Who's 4? I guess one of the two, or whoever doesn't make 3 is 4.
Yeah, I will say you could put 3/4 for both of them. I'm not sure who's 3 or 4 in that case. I got them kind of together in the same tier. And then I would say, it's interesting because the tight ends is a different dynamic. I don't think I've ever had to think about 2 tight ends being kept is unusual, but they both studs. And then you got Old Era, who's got 3 running backs who should have all good years. I don't know. I'll defer to y'all on that one. I'm not sure.
I can't put Brett up there. I mean, I see who he's keeping, but they have question marks. Like Genty is going to be back. Thank God he's not, seriously injured.
Right.
Brees Hall, I don't know what's happening to Brees. We'll see how it plays out.
We do have to see the Brees a little bit. And Kyron, we have to see. I guess you're right. I mean, so then it probably Ricky's got some good keepers now.
Ricky got heat.
Yeah, that Cook changed the whole lineup. A Cook and Allen dynamic. That's on good weeks. That's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
So we put
AJ Brown. I think is going to explode this year. He's going to be AJ Brown of Tennessee.
Are we putting Ricky at the 5? I mean, Ricky has
Ricky could be in the 5 actually. Yeah.
I give the 5 to Ricky.
With that stack of Allen and Cook. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I think that's pretty up there. I'll probably put Germ 6.
What about yourself, Marvin? You haven't placed.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with my team. I think I like the upside, but there are questions. I think Cam's got to answer some questions, and I think Bucky does. I think they will, but I'm not going to put me up there. I think they will have to prove themselves through the course of the year.
So far, me, Vern, Sean, we said Ricky. Or no, we said Sean and other Aaron.
Right. 3, 4, whatever, which way they could toggle them. And then you got Ricky and then Germ.
And Germ at the 6. So then who's 7, 8, 9, and 10?
Yeah, I think Raph, right? Raph's got to be there now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I think Hampton gets busy in this new system. I think he really shows who he can be.
I think so too. Mike McDaniel should make this dude a really.
You saw what he did with any other running back he touches. So I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
The pieces are all there for the Chargers.
I think so. And then what do you got? 7 now. So what is it? Me, Plunk, and OE.
Yeah. English.
Pour one out.
OE, man.
Damn, Marv, you being hard on yourself, brother. Okay.
Listen, I'm being honest with my team. I love my guys, me personally, but I can understand how everybody might view it.
I mean,
no,
listen,
you know what he doing? He trying to reverse bless himself. I noticed.
Reverse juju.
He's trying to reverse bless.
It works though. It works.
Listen, Devon H is gonna get like 1,000 looks, right?
Yo, listen, I told Stacey, I agree, but listen, I'm being honest here. I don't know enough about Miami's O-line. I don't know what changes they made or didn't make or how good it is. They lost Waddle. They lost Jonnu when Jonnu was a thing there. They lost some pieces, man. Like I don't like the receivers. Malik Washington's the only guy you could probably name. Caleb Douglas. Like, what does that look like? I don't know, bro. So I'm just saying. Listen, there's opportunities. I think Malik Willis might be underrated, and read option if they do it that way. I think there's gonna be opportunities. I just don't know. We haven't seen it.
Listen,
man. That offense is gonna run through Devon Achane. That whole offense.
I get Marvin's point though. I'm gonna end.
But it did before though, Raph. Right? Wouldn't you say with Mike McDaniels it kind of already did?
Is
that a dynamic?
But I'm just from a touches standpoint, he gets more touches like that. He's never. I think his touch total will increase substantially.
Really? You actually think that? Mike McDaniels used
so.
Mike Achane a lot though already. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great point. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know if I believe that.
Listen, I'm gonna end this right now. You because you put yourself down here. You go at 8, and then we have a familiar refrain of people we know. Brett and Plunk coming in at 9 and 10. So
who's 9? Who's 9?
I'm gonna give it to Brett. I trust in his running back trilogy more than the questions I have about Plunk right now. Plunk has a defendant on his roster. He has a bona fide defendant. Like
Y'all going too hard.
He's innocent until proven guilty, AC.
Oh,
Damn.
listen, man.
He needs representation. Call
Let's
me.
not act like Drake
Right.
London and Neighbors were not top 10 guys
Yeah,
a year
I'm not gonna
ago,
do that. I'm not
prior.
gonna do that to Plunk. Like,
And Jacobs, even with whatever is going on, is he not a big part still of that offense?
and he's gonna play this year, right? He's not.
He's gonna play.
He's
I
gonna play
like
this
I
year.
like the
And
three
he's
running
gonna
backs.
get touchdowns.
I like Brett's 3 running backs over Plunk's 3 keepers. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
And having said that, you know what
I'm not a big Brees guy right now. We'll see though. Maybe
For
he surprises
keepers,
me,
like-
but you know how I feel about Brees right now.
Nah,
for the keepers, all of us, I mean, there's all talented guys. These are all top 30 guys. So we're just kind of sifting it out.
Splitting hairs. Yeah.
but hold on though. I mean, if you look at Brett's team though, Kyron Williams, that changing of the guard can happen at any moment. It
Yeah.
would surprise me if it didn't happen at all. But if you're talking
Right.
about week 3, Blake Corum was taking the
Yeah,
reins.
I could buy that.
I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Me neither.
And
Me
then
neither.
you know,
I
Aston
think
Jensen,
Genty's the only sure thing on that team. I don't know what Brees looks like over there.
I mean, he's the Fred Flintstone of the league of the team there because he's
Now,
kinda-
granted, the Jets improved. They got a better QB. Their line is solid. He should have a good season. But the Brees Hall I've seen last year and the last couple of years doesn't look the same to me.
No.
I can't explain it. I don't know why. He doesn't look athletic. He doesn't look speedy. We'll see. And so
I
I
would
think
put
there's question
Brett
marks with
last.
Brees.
I would put Brett last. That's
If Plunker
surprising.
didn't
I think
have,
I would
if
too,
Plunker
Carl.
didn't have a defendant on his team,
Oh, shit.
I would put Plunk at 9.
Uh,
See, Josh Jacobs, he might get a game or two. You don't know this.
No, but I think the league
Nah,
will wait
he's-
for the legal process to play out. Don't you think?
Bro,
No?
think about all the other players with legal issues. I'm telling you, it took over a year for them to
Ask
even
Rasheed
assess
Rice. Ask Rasheed
Yeah,
Rice.
that was over a year. Rasheed
I
Rice
think
was
they'll let
over
the
a
legal
year.
process play out first before they come down on him.
Kamara was on video, you know, doing his shenanigans,
Right.
and it took him over a year. Like, ain't nothing gonna happen to him.
Kamara did put hands on somebody.
And we're acting like Josh Jacobs is a young spry chicken. I mean, him and
He's
Kyrie.
28, man. That's not oldie so than Christian McCaffrey's AARP, man.
Well, Vern got a
Josh
plan.
Jacobs is and Josh Jacobs is the same age as Josh Taylor,
Jonathan
Jonathan
Taylor,
Taylor, and a lot of other running backs. I
Vern
mean,
got a plan. No, I'm saying him and Kyron Williams. I mean, if we're comparing the squads, I mean, they both kind of in the same basket of like where they are at their age and season of their career, aren't they?
we comparing Jacobs and Kyron Williams?
Yeah, I think they both. Been
Nah, son. There's no Blake Corum behind Josh Jacobs, my guy. I can't buy that. Josh Jacobs is the man. and that's it.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about. I'm not talking about the
Okay, my
depth
bad.
chart. I'm just talking about the players themselves. Like they're not. Both of them have put in some years in this league. They're not like young chickens. you
Yeah,
know?
but what are we saying, man? If we go through the list of all the running backs, man, a lot of them are 27, 28 right now.
Here's a question: would you rather have, like, all things being equal, would you rather have Josh Jacobs or Brees Hall coming into the season? Let's keep it honest. Who would you rather have
I take Jacobs all day.
every day? At least I would.
And twice on Sunday.
I would take Jacobs, but Marvin has to say that because he traded on the plump.
No, I believe that. I'm not just saying that. I believe it, bro.
Gotta make Punker feel good about.
Nah, bro. Man. Jacobs has accomplished way more in the NFL than Brees Hall. Let's keep it 100, bro. Ain't because I owned him, bro.
AC's on retainer. AC's on
Not only that. Look, go look at the consensus rankings. Don't take my word for it.
Josh
Jacobs is ranked everywhere ahead of Brees.
AC, you're on retainer. You're on retainer, man. He got money.
Right.
He got photos of money or something.
Now, listen, Josh Jacobs is on his work release program.
Wow.
Feel good.
Wow.
Make Punker feel good. Like
You got him now in the movie of life, right?
Listen,
He got-
y'all
he-
see the time,
he got-
time, right? You see the
he
time,
got-
right?
Yeah, he on bond with home curfew.
Right.
See the time, right? Look at the time, everybody.
Let me see it.
All right, so let's talk about the upcoming draft. Now, just so we know, everybody, once again, the draft is on September 3rd, 8 o'clock, right? Is it 8 o'clock? 8:30?
8:30.
8:30.
Yeah. Wow. 8 o'clock. You better have Raph have a heart attack.
I know, right?
Listen, man.
Like, damn, son.
Now, what I'm saying to you all, I said to the league, I've emailed it, I texted, WhatsApp, no excuses. Approach this draft as if you're looking for a fourth keeper. The odds are pretty much 99% that we're expanding to 4 keepers after this season. So what does that mean for anybody that may be out of loop? At the end of this season, when it's time to pick keepers again, you're going to be asked to keep a 4th person. So keep that in mind when you go into this draft. Look for talent, do whatever you got to do, but just be aware you're going to have to keep a 4th guy. With that being said, anybody wants to make any comments about the draft? I think it's going to be a very interesting draft. But again, we got to caution guys. I'm cautioning myself. No tips, tricks, insider analytics, none of that. We just want to just make loose comments about the draft before we get out of here. So
We gotta look because you're keeping a was it fourth guy? 4 guys.
4 keepers, yep.
Well, that would have been nice last year. But but yeah, I guess my thoughts on the upcoming draft is things will get very interesting right around the middle of the 5th round. It's going to get real fun.
And why is that?
I think it's going to be a scramble. So I'm looking forward to see who kind of makes it out of there. You remember the scene where like the Joker, he like basically like put like a knife in the middle of the room. It's like, guys, have at it. Let me know who comes out. I think that's pretty much what the 5th and 6th round is going to be about. So that'll be fun.
I'll keep it loose. I think that there were not a lot of trades in season, and then we saw a handful in the off season, but overall not that many. So pretty much everybody has a lot of their original picks. I know I'm missing a 6th, but it's going to be interesting to see if anybody has any like double picks. Like I think Brett has 2 5th round picks. I feel like Marvin, you have an extra pick somewhere in there for that plum trade. Maybe, maybe
I
not.
have an extra 5th. Yeah.
Right. So my attention is going to be kind of on that, like got owners like that, sort of a balance of power where pretty much everybody else is coming in sort of even across the board. How will you guys with multiple picks treat that 5th round? So I was curious about that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see what the priorities are by the different owners and how they balance the future with the present, right? Because on the one instance, if you're looking for the future, you may be compromising today, the immediate, right? But it's going to be, I think the 5th round is going to be interesting. 5, 6, 7. I think that's where a lot of those decisions will be made. But I think that's going to be interesting just to see the psychology of where every owner is with that.
Mm. Vern?
Oh yeah, I already made my comment. You know, 9th round, 5th round, 6th round. Let's see who comes out.
Okay. Okay, Marv.
I think the receivers, how they come off the board and in what order is going to be very interesting.
Okay. Okay, Raph, I swear to God, man, if you pick all rookies,
I never drafted the all rookie team last year, bro.
All
yeah.
day, all day, all
Actually,
day.
actually do
I
that
think
this
Raph
year
last
because
year thought we were keeping 5 keepers or something.
right.
He got confused.
The futures team.
Yeah, that was definitely the futures team.
I guess the one thing I'm disappointed in, just in real life, I mean, the lack of running backs. It's like the weakest class in like years, right?
Yeah, it's thin. It's thin.
Yeah, paper thin.
It's thin. I agree.
Even the wide receivers, like this NFL draft wasn't really a skill position loaded like
No,
up top.
it felt like a subpar draft in that regard. Yep. Even with the receivers, you're right. Running backs and receivers for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was more like D line, O line, I guess, or maybe corners or something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, with that being said, unless anybody has anything else, I know that you all had to matriculate on to your next appearance. Um, as far as New Era, again, September 3rd, 8:30. Be there. We're going to have the Zoom up and ready to go. I'm actually looking forward, sorry, Raf, to an earlier start time because I'm gonna be honest. There's times when we started late, and by like 10th round, my brain is just fried. So I'm actually thankful that this is being bumped up a little bit. Thank you for
Yeah, yep.
accommodating us with that.
I
But
agree. Thanks, Raph.
yeah,
The extra
Thank
half
you,
hour
Raf.
is gonna extra half hour an hour is gonna make a world of difference.
we can be done probably before 10 o'clock. Probably before 10 o'clock. So with that being said, look forward to a lot of coast to coast shows this season. It's going to be really good. I think we're all excited. We will definitely have a draft recap show afterwards and get the season rolling. So with that being said, good luck everybody. Study up, get right for the
And
draft.
Mr. Stevens, Aaron Stevens, this is for you, man. Looking forward to seeing you again at the Harbor, brother. Or Bonds.
No doubt.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Baltimore's finest, man.
There
All right,
you go.
everybody.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.